Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samar News. Here are today's headlines. Azerbaijani authorities have said they arrested 3 men accused of planning an attack on a foreign embassy in the capital, allegedly at the direction of Islamic State Khorasan. In a statement, Azerbaijan's State Security Service said the suspects had conspired with members of ISIS-K. They allegedly obtained weapons and were preparing to carry out an attack on a foreign diplomatic mission in Baku. Security forces arrested the men before the plan could be executed. Saudi Arabia has suspended planned construction of a colossal cube-shaped skyscraper at the centre of a downtown development in Riyadh, while it reassesses the project's financing and feasibility. The Mukaab, at the centre of Riyadh's new Mukaab development, is the latest fantastical gigaproject linked to Saudi's Vision 2030 to be curtailed or delayed as the kingdom's $925 billion sovereign wealth fund scales back ambitions to manage costs and prioritise spending. Chinese President Xi Jinping has called on China and Finland to uphold a UN-centred international system and advance a multipolar world, while urging Helsinki to play a constructive role in promoting stable China-EU relations. During talks with Finnish Prime Minister Petteri Orpo in Beijing, Xi also highlighted cooperation in energy transition, agriculture and forestry, as Arctic security and emerging trade routes grow in strategic importance for Finland, NATO and China. Japan has asked its fishermen to stay away from disputed islands in the East China Sea, fearing a potential clash with China. The discreet requests mark a shift in Tokyo's approach after years of tolerating fishing trips near the uninhabited islets known as Senkaku in Japan and Diaoyu in China, which nationalist groups say help assert Japan's control. The islands are administered by Japan, but claimed by China, and remain a major flashpoint in bilateral ties, which have worsened amid broader regional tensions involving Taiwan. South Korea has scrambled to assure the US it remained committed to implementing a trade deal after President Donald Trump said he would hike tariffs on autos and other imports from its ally, blaming a delay in enacting the pact agreed last year. Trump said that South Korea's parliament was not living up to its side of the deal by swiftly enacting the agreement he reached with President Lee Jae-myung to make huge investments in US business projects in return for tariff cuts. Meanwhile, South Korea moved swiftly to reassure the United States of its commitment to the major trade and investment deal. South Korea's presidential Blue House said it was committed to implementing the deal and would continue to take the required steps to finalize it. It said a presidential official convened an emergency meeting with officials, and the industry minister, currently in Canada, would visit the US soon and meet Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India and the European Union have finalised a landmark trade deal that will represent a quarter of the world's economy. After nearly 2 decades of on-off negotiations, the deal will pave the way for India to open up its vast and guarded market to free trade with the 27-nation EU, its biggest trading partner. Modi said this agreement will bring major opportunities for the 1.4 billion people of India and the millions of people in Europe. He added that the agreement represents 25% of global GDP and 1/3 of global trade. France's National Assembly has backed legislation to ban children under 15 years old from social media on Monday, amid growing concerns about online bullying and mental health risks. The bill proposes banning under 15s from social networks and social networking functionalities embedded within broader platforms. and reflects rising public angst over the impact of social media on minors. Lawmakers voted 116 to 23 in favour of the bill. It now passes to the Senate before a final vote in the lower house. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samar.tv. Thank you for watching Samar News.